I have been driving around for the better part of about 18 hours the last few days. If y'all don't know, and y'all probably do already know, y'all know that I have my main channel, Dream Poet. My What the Chet channel. I like to do things here that I can't do typically on Dream Poet. That's kind of why I started it. But anyway, guys, I officially have gotten all of August filmed. I went on a one-day road trip. Went up through Kentucky, part of Ohio, then I came back down. But anyway, you guys, I was waiting for this one particular package to arrive because I wanted to do an unboxing video on it. And it really kind of goes along with me cleaning out some of the stuff at my mom's house, my old stuff. And I found some of the big parts, or some of the big pieces from my old taxidermy collection. But today, guys, I wanted to show you all this. This is probably one of the coolest skulls I've ever owned, or at least one of the coolest skulls I own thus far. Well, I don't know. I mean, a gar skull is pretty cool. But, as y'all can see, I've opened it up. I wanted to show my dad, because he was curious what this thing was. And what I bought on eBay is a casque, or a black casque hornbill skull. They're found in Africa. They are a species of least concern. That means it's totally legal to own one of these skulls. In the description box, I was kind of reading. That's why I'm guessing either the lady or the gentleman who owned the skull put it there. But in the comments, he put the black casque hornbill is a species of least concern. eBay, stop flagging my content. So I thought that was rather interesting. But anyway, you guys, I've been wanting to own one of these for a while. There is, I believe it's Smoky Mountain Oddities in Knoxville, run by Jim Toll. I need to film his museum. He's got something really cool. And eventually I'll probably buy another skull from him, because the skull that I bought here right now, it's a little bit worn out. But anyway, guys, let me show you all what a black casque hornbill skull is. It's this thing right here. And yep. Just making sure that there wasn't anything left in the box. But just look at this thing. Look how big this skull is. And as it said in the description, it is a little bit worn out. You can kind of see where it's kind of chipping here and there. That's kind of why I'd like to buy another one. Probably one about the same size. I found this one on eBay. And I paid, well, as I already stated, yes, it was on eBay. I paid about $150 for it. But just look at the size of this bird skull. And surprisingly, well, maybe not so much surprisingly, this thing is extremely lightweight. But it makes sense because, you know, bird skeletons and any parts of their bodies are very hollow. Dude, just check this out. That is so freaking cool. But I'm going to put this up with my other skulls. And I'm going to show you all some of the taxidermy that I've had for probably since I was about 15 years old. In 1 second, let me get my armadillo. Y'all will like this. Now this guy and I go back quite a bit of ways. This is my armadillo. The same armadillo that I bought when I was about 15 years old. It is a true taxidermy. Down to the core, it is a little bit old, but I think I paid about $150 for this when I was a kid, well, teenager. And I will say, this armadillo and we have had quite a few interesting stories. When I was in college, I did bring him with me, and sometimes I would just mess with people by bringing him around and walking around campus with him. It would mess with so many people. And when I did stuff with the Baptist Collegiate Ministry Center, say that 3 times fast, the Baptist Collegiate Ministry Center, This guy was in a skit on a thing we used to do, but since then I've kind of cut ties with UT's Baptist Collegiate Ministry. But then again, I cut ties with them a long time ago, mostly for reasons. But there was that, and let me show you all another really cool one. This right here is my gray fox. Now with a gray fox, how you can, well, tell the difference between a red fox and a gray fox is a gray fox will typically have gray hair, but red foxes can have a similar hair color. But the best way to tell, and it's been best way you can tell between a gray fox and a red fox is the tail will have like a white, kind of like a, it will be, what's the word? The plumage or whatever will be white. It'll have a white tipped tail. And typically that's how you can tell the difference between a red-tailed fox and a gray fox. But this guy right here, me and him have an interesting story. When I was in high school, I was getting into taxidermy. My parents had separated, and I was really trying to find something that really got me interested. And well, taxidermy was one of those things. So a teacher who was a friend of mine, she found this taxidermy in a garbage can sitting to the wayside, and she wanted to give him a second chance. I think mainly the reason why is his ears are a little bit beat up. I think that can be fixed though. But then again, I've been saying that for about 17 years and I still haven't done it. But anyway, she gave him over to me, and I've had him ever since. He does need a little bit of a cleaning though. And here in this corner, weighing in about maybe 50-60 pounds, this is my piebald white-tailed deer. And he is very small. Like very, very small. In fact, to give you all an example, I'm like tall. I'm 5'9", and this guy maybe stands about maybe up to about my thigh. He's rather small. And as I say, piebald, you can tell between the different hair color, like this right here and this right here. Typically when you see piebaldism, it's usually a sign that I believe it's a sign that the gene pool in the population in that area for a deer is rather unhealthy. But I just kind of wonder, sometimes I think this deer may have come from Florida, just because, like, it's so weird. Like, the more north you go, the bigger deer, or the bigger of a deer species and other mammalia species you'll see. But it's like the more you go south of the equator, like into Florida, you will find deer that it's almost like you need a, well, I mean, of course you need a permit to hunt all deer, but it's like the Florida white-tailed deer is something special. But he's so little. But you guys, I just wanted to show you all that. This is a video that I wanted to make, but I was really waiting for when my my black Casque Hornbill skull came in. But anyway, guys, remember, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Always means a lot. Goes to show that y'all care. Now y'all want to see more awesome videos. So without further ado, you guys, this What the Chet vlog is over.